Do you find yourself swinging from angry to happy to frustrated all in 1 hour? Or do you really wonder, why do I have these crazy outbursts of anger at times, completely unexpected? Or I feel really down and really happy. The truth is, your home could literally be impacting and creating these mood swings. I had a client a few years ago, Amy, and she couldn't get over it when she did one thing in her home that completely changed her mood and her energy. I'm going to share that with you, and I'm also going to share with you some other steps that really how your home could be impacting your energy, your mood, and really set you up for success in creating more happiness in your life every day. First thing I would say is Amy. When Amy started working with me, we feng shuied her home, so I did her personal report for her, and she did brought the right elements in every area. And we looked at one wall in her home. And typically when I work with clients, I'm not about moving furniture, painting walls, or making massive dramatic changes. So in her living room, she had one wall that was a very deep burgundy kind of red wall. And we talked about it. And I said, look, for now, let's just put in your elements and see what happens. So as she followed my instructions, she did as I said, things started to flow, she had more abundance, more joy, good things started to unfold for her. And then one day, and if you've seen my video about exploring spirituality and feng shui, she was doing some meditation, and she got the kind of nudge to say, okay, I know Patricia didn't say change this red wall, but I just have a feeling to do it. Because as she started to change the energy of her home, things started to change, and she started to change. So she got the nudge, changed the wall, and she painted the wall. She brought it to a very neutral color. And within like a week, her friends, her family were completely blown away. All of these sudden urges that she would have had to get so angry were just gone. And it was just this settling of calm that kind of settled within her system. So why was this wall creating that? Well, red is the color of fire. It is a very creative, very passionate color, but also it can create burnout, and it also represents anger, danger, fire, So for me, I typically don't, get people to change the walls, as I said, of their home. And I really didn't kind of coerce Amy into it, because I had a feeling things would change as she started to become more conscious of her environment, and it did. Now, if you are having mood swings or emotional, or kind of feels a little bit irrational around your home, first thing I would say is, what is in your home that could be creating this in terms of the color red? Now, you may come in and say, I don't have any red, but do you have any bright pink? Do you have any bright pink? Do you have a lot of fire element in your home? Like, it could be the artwork on display, it could be images of fire, not necessarily the fireplace, because that's kind of it, but if there's any dramatic areas with a lot of red or that fire element, I would certainly recommend reducing that in your home. Does it mean eliminating it? No way, because I'm going to talk about the total opposite. So I had a client who had a lot of blue in her house. Now, they were going through a lot of issues in her home, in her family home, about prosperity and money. There was water everywhere, pictures of water, blue furniture, blue, everything was blue. And maybe they were all feeling a bit blue, literally, because it was just excess. And blue is associated with the emotions. It's quite fearful, it can be quite emotional, teary, watery, like all of that energy as well. So that could be what could be going on. It may not be anger emotional swings, it could be watery. And even having too much water images in your home could be creating that. So if there's anger, fiery energy with you, your family members, reduce the red. If there's too much kind of watery emotional, maybe it's eliminating or reducing the amount of water images around your home. Does this mean don't have any red or don't have any blue? No, but it's about toning it down and see what happens. As a professional Feng Shui expert, when people come into our world, they have to fill in a very detailed form about what's going on in their life, and I create a personal report for them. So I can't create, and I'm not creating a personal report for you right now, so I'm giving you what I would say the first things you would check out if you came to me with this and I didn't have more information about your house. So minimize red, minimize blue. So what do you do if you have a red couch or a blue couch? Get a throw and think about what's the element that would like dampen these colors. Well, earth element, so cream or a cream or a white throw, because they're like, well, white is metal element, but even cream is earth element, or brown would earth. If you had a fire, you would put out earth with some literal earth with like some clay or soil would put out the fire. If you had a dam that you wanted to stop, or a river that you wanted to dam up, you use earth. It's the cycles that we use with Feng Shui. So you could bring literally some earth colors in. You could bring some stones in to the space to neutralize it. If you can't get rid of it, it's not about getting rid of it, it's just like minimize it. And bring in more element of earth into the house. That's more grounding into your space. So maybe bring some crystals in. See how that feels. Have a little feel into that. The next thing I would say to you, if you are experiencing, or people in your home experiencing these kind of mood swings, would be to go around your home and look at the family photos on the wall. For children in particular, if you have adult or older children that are very emotionally erratic, I would definitely recommend taking down any photos of them as little children. Because if you photos them as little children, they can kind of tend back to those ways, because that's what you're saying. So swap them out for like adult images of them, and then to get rid of the childish behavior images out of the space. Look at the art as well, and make sure the paintings or the art reflect a positive emotional energy. So when I talk about upbeat artwork, and I have some here in the background of like happiness is at home, I've gathered here with a grateful heart, these are actually hanging in my own home, because that's the kind of energy I want to generate in my home. So cynical little, don't mind the dogs, it's the kids, these kind of cynical posters, or welcome to the madhouse, welcome Matt, all of those are creating negative energy. And it might be just like, oh, it's just a joke, but really, is it a joke? And I have been to houses where it says on the welcome mat says welcome to the madhouse, and it is mad in there. It is. so or the kids are the dogs are crazy, or the kids are, whatever these little nudges are. So clear them out and make sure that you just kind of be really mindful of what you have in your home, especially when it comes to like the messages and the signals that they are sending out. So the artwork is important as well. Does it feel uplifting? And what do I mean by uplifting? Like flowers, growth, images of places in nature that feel so beautiful, or is it quite dark, depressing, heavy? Really be mindful of what's on your walls. Be mindful of what's in the books that you have. Be mindful of like the energy that the pieces that you have in your home. So maybe you have furniture that has come from a thrift store. And I don't have anything against thrift store furniture, but I'll tell you this, years ago I was at my sister's, and she had found this beautiful antique cabinet in her home, and it was in her house. And we saged the whole house, herself and her kids and I went around and we did the saging, space clearing the whole house together. And we got to that cabinet and the sage went crazy. And she was just like, what does that mean? And I was like, I don't know where that's come from, but it definitely has a lot of negative energy associated to it. So I was like, I just said, definitely let's space clear it, like maybe repaint it, remodel it, like re-envision a new way of being around it, like that would be my recommendation, you know. But eventually she's like, oh no, I'm getting rid of it, because it was so dramatic from one part of the house to the other, to this one piece of furniture. So even just doing a space clearing and clearing and be like, what's your house saying to you? So if you want to know more about the energy of your home speaking to you, check out the video I did about exploring spirituality and Feng Shui, or the other one around improving your meditation and your spiritual practices with Feng Shui. That'll give you more guidance. I've also some videos about removing negative energy as well that will really help with those mood swings. So check out that video, especially about the removing negative energy. It'd be very helpful. But minimize the red, minimize the blue, have a little search for images that make you feel good, and set that intention that you're going to feel calm. And if it is the vision that you want to feel calm, bring some artwork that makes you feel calm into your space.